I've been thinking about you two a lot because I would say when you first started coming on the show and we started to discuss these issues, you were farther to the right. I don't know if it's not really a right-left issue, but you were more hardcore on this stuff than I was. And over the past whatever months, let's say 9, 10, I don't know. I mean, it's been a yearly thing, but I have moved so much closer to where you are. And I want to thank you because you've been voices in my ear that, you know, when you hear sense spoken, when you hear truth spoken articulately, it moves you. And like on an intellectual level, on an emotional level, you know it when you hear it. And it's like your eyes open, the sun comes up, and you realize, wait, I was wrong. You know, you realize that what they're saying is true. And what I've been saying, while maybe compassionate, et cetera, is leading to, it's part of the problem. It's part of the problem. So I just want to start by saying that to you because you guys, Kelly J. Keene, what Riley Gaines did, what happened to her, the Leah Thomas, all of it has helped really change my thinking on it. So hats off to you, ladies.
Wow, Megyn, thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Megyn. It means a lot to us.
Oh, well, I mean it. And I recommend everybody follow Britt and Carrie on Instagram and all the places because they have a lot of smart things to say. So let's get into it. There's so much. These stories are dominating right now, absolutely dominating the news. We've got women's cycling is all but gone to us. I mean, it's worse, I think, than women's swimming, right? There's a story every other day now about a trans person winning a women's cycling event. And the most recent, let me show the picture of the most recent one, where the person who won is a biological male, and this person gets up on the podium after it's all done and says, gee, I don't know where everybody is. I beat all the women. Why didn't they show up? This is someone pretending to be a woman. This is the details. It's called the CO2 UT gravel race. It was held on May 14th. It's a 100-miler. It's a century route, they say, that takes you 100 miles onto a special section of gravel right down the seam of the Colorado-Utah border. This is a biological man who says he's a trans woman who's racing. His name was, until 2 minutes ago, Wesley Mumford, and he was a sheriff's deputy. Now he says he's Leslie Mumford and has won in the women's 40 to 49 age group out of 14 participants and was 6 out of 33 for women overall. This is what he posts. This is my first gravel race of 2023. I'm beyond pleased with my effort. I placed 6th in the overall and the first race of the Colorado Summer of Gravel Series, so a lot of hitters were here. My effort also landed me first in my age group. Lastly, I have no idea why so many people bailed before the podiums, but they did. I swear I wasn't the only one in my age group. Does anyone here have any idea why the biological women, the women, bailed when it came time to celebrate Wesley's win?
I think that what we're seeing is, like you were just saying, Megyn, that we've been polite for so long. And we thought that being polite was going to somehow make this all go away, but it's getting worse. But as it gets worse, I think that women are becoming a lot stronger in their convictions and realizing what's at stake and saying, hey, look, if we don't protest this now, like this madness is just going to, it's going to become this tidal wave that's absolutely going to destroy women's sports, which we're already seeing the beginning of that. I thought it was interesting too that Inga Thompson, she's a professional or was a professional cycler before her
like a
breast cancer
badass
surgery.
one too.
Oh, she is amazing. She is amazing. She's become one of my heroes. But she had called on a protest right before this and said, when you hear that start bell, you take a knee. This is the way to send a message to sponsors, to coaches, to teams, to the public that we're fed up, that we cannot have men dominating our women's spaces in sports.
This woman, Inga, just so people know, 3-time Olympian, Inga Thompson, 3-time Olympian, 10-time national champion, 3-time world medalist, 2-time podium finisher for the Women's Tour de France. And she tweeted out, the silent protests are starting. She loved the fact that none of the other women went up to the podium. The women are refusing to stand on the podium with the man. Well done. Riley Gaines tweeted, enough is enough. Empty podium except for the male who naturally finished atop all the women in the women's category. Despite there being a non-binary /trans category he easily could have competed in. Can you believe that? There was a trans category, Carrie. This guy refused to participate in it.
They don't want to. They are narcissists. These are people that are very sick. They're sick individuals, and they get off from beating women. I mean, bravo to Riley Gaines, who is calling out, 9 female athletes. Where are you at, Venus and Serena? Where's your voice in this? Why aren't you standing up for all women? You know you wouldn't have a chance to compete if you had to compete against a dude. You know you wouldn't have gotten all of your accomplishments and trophies if you had to compete against a man. We all know that men have stronger bones and skeletal structure. We know that they have an advantage over women. So I love that women are getting the balls to stand up and say, no more. Actually, #women take a knee. That's what we're calling them.
That's right.
Can I tell you? Can I tell you something about Inga? This is such BS. So Inga, because she's taking a stance, this is the badass female cyclist. She is calling for fairness in sports, and she's being punished for it. Okay, so there's this group, Cynisca Cycling, CYNISCA Cycling, and she was its director. I mean, like, you can't get much better in cycling, women's cycling, than this woman. And I know Lance Armstrong a little bit, and he's told me how great she is as well. Wow. So, I mean, she's the real deal. And they removed her as director because they said she'd gotten too political. That's what they said. We wanted her when she wasn't political, but this is political, as opposed to just standing up for women's rights. And she came out and said as follows: I am gobsmacked. I got taken off the team in late November when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I told them I needed to step down because I needed to take care of my health. I went through surgery and had a double mastectomy. I'm cancer-free now. I don't understand this retaliation. I don't throw wild stuff out there. I'm pretty measured. I've made it clear I'm not attacking this other trans woman who won, who's within rights to race. I'm attacking policy. She goes on to add, this is exactly why people don't speak up, because this is what happens when you do. I mean, if somebody like that can get booted off of this cycling board, she's right. It can happen to anybody, and it's meant to scare everyone.
Well, as a person who's been canceled before, I know you have as well, Megyn and Britt also, they can't cancel all of us. That's the thing. That's what people need to understand. Look at Bud Light. Look at what's going on. Look at Target. I mean, they cannot cancel all of us. So if we women link arms and say, you know what, we're doing this together. You will not erase us as women. You will not replace us. No, we're taking a stand. If we do it together, we will win. Watch what happens. It's happening now. There's a movement happening. And I'm hopeful. I really am. Women are getting brave. And we're saying we're done. We are done being eliminated.
Junk science. That's what the doctor called many of those fruit and vegetable supplements on the market. Junk science because they use extracts of common produce department fruits and vegetables with few health benefits. But I want to tell you about Field of Greens. Get it? Like Field of Dreams, but Field of Greens. Field of Greens is different. They use the whole organic fruit and vegetable, not a watered down supplement. And it's backed by a better health promise, which I'm going to tell you about. Each ingredient in Field of Greens was scientifically chosen to support vital organs like heart, lungs, and kidney health. Others support immune system, blood pressure, metabolism, and healthy weight loss. Their better health promise is simple. The next time you're at a doctor for a checkup, if the doctor does not say that you are looking healthier than before, you get your money back. That's a deal right there. So let me get you started with 15% off, and you can try it for yourself. Visit fieldofgreens.com. Use my promo code MK at fieldofgreens.com and enjoy. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.